jump in our lobby online and other people could be running alongside you. Okay, welcome back everyone to Void0. So today, Nintendo had their Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct, and we gotta talk about it. Like, I didn't really expect to have like this full overview. I really just thought it was going to be like a pretty short kind of. They're introducing Super Mario Wonder, and then we just get a new trailer. But no, it was actually a pretty long, pretty in-depth look at some of the mechanics and the characters and some of the online features and whatnot. So, we're gonna just like go through it, nothing major. I think so far Nintendo is gonna like really nail it for this particular game. So yeah, let's get in. So I think like most people, we were pretty interested in the art style regarding the new Super Mario Wonder. And honestly, I kind of like really like it. I know I said this before when we had first gotten the trailer that the aesthetic seemed really interesting and really like new. And basically the first thing we get introduced to is the fact that we have the new Flower Kingdom. So we went from the Mushroom Kingdom to the Flower Kingdom, and Bowser tried to seize control of the Flower Kingdom and its powers because sure, why not? That's the kind of stuff he does, right? And we get like a pretty interesting look. Like it does look like what was it? I think it was New Super Mario Bros. U, the opening for that, or was it? Actually, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's kind of basically that. And there's I think 7 worlds or something for you to explore. So that is actually a really interesting thing. I mean, I can't remember how much the others were. It's actually been quite a while since I played a proper 2D Mario game. So there's that. And you also have a huge list of characters this time around. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy is here. All of the Yoshis, Toads, Toadette, everybody is here. That's actually like, but the one problem that I think might be, I don't know, kind of weird is the fact that it says that all of the characters play the same. So, it's not going to have any real difference between playing Mario versus Luigi or playing Mario versus Peach. And that's something I actually liked. Like, you take a different character to play like a different play style, but if all of them plays the same, it's really just a cosmetic change. But there are different ways to really set up your well, actually no, not to set up, but to alter the way that you play the game. Definitely the level designs and the world designs are not the typical ones that you get. So the game opens with, I think it's like Rocky Pipe Valley or something. But I definitely like the overworld, or the overworld, it kind of given me that old school kind of vibe. Even though I know it came from before, like just the last couple games. But, there is a little bit more, I guess, interesting landscapes to see. The worlds, basically, the levels seem really interesting, and it seems like there's a lot of special effects, different styles of game and different style of level. I mean, really to keep the experience fresh. And that's something that I felt like some of the other games, they were kind of the same true and true, but not this time around. This time around, it is pretty much a pretty experience, and I keep kind of messing up there. But overall, I really like the design of the levels. I feel like the levels really pop, for lack of a better word, and it definitely seems like we're getting stuff that we didn't really get before, while at the same time, getting stuff before. Yeah, well, at the same time, having familiar level designs, familiar level aesthetics, while also allowing the designers to stretch their wings a little bit in regards to what we could get. Another thing that was introduced that I completely forgot about until I just watched back the video is that there is an easy mode. Like, there's an actual easy mode in the game. And that easy mode comes in Nabbit and Yoshi. And basically, they both allow players to just run through the levels, not to take any damage, not to die. But you will die if you fall in a pit, which is actually a pretty decent level curve, especially for players who not really platform agnostic. No, actually, what is it, boy? I'm not really sure the word for it. They're not really into platform games or they just want a casual experience, I think that's a good way to do it. Later on in the video, they will show off a property of the multiplayer in which you can actually ride Yoshi, but you can't ride Yoshi in the game itself. It doesn't seem like it. But that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of new characters returning and all the power-ups. So these power-ups that they showed off 3, and it was the elephant, the drill, and I believe it was, actually I completely forgot what the other one was. The bubbles, yes, it was the bubbles. Each of those look pretty interesting. I didn't really, like, on one hand, it feels like it doesn't really belong, but at the same time, it kind of does, you know? Is this really, it's like this weird, strange dichotomy of it belongs, but not truly. And each of the power-ups seem to have the ability to alter the level itself. So these new power-ups are really expansive, like really unseen before, you know? So the question then lies is how they're going to design all of these levels around all of these different power-ups. Now, Nintendo, you know, they know their stuff, you know? It's not like they're pretending, it's like we're sitting here pretending like this is some possibility of failure, but it will be interesting to see how they design levels around it. You know, they already showed you how you could use the bubble to access hidden secrets. I mean, yeah, hidden secrets, hidden areas. So to me, it seems that, well, actually, I hope, let me say I hope that they do design the levels where every single one of the power-ups is completely viable, and we are allowed to, like, see, like, I'll be allowed to explore the levels more. I think that, you know, coming off the 3D Marios where you're actually able to explore a pretty decent chunk, coming back to 2D Mario, I really do hope that they allow us to be able to use the different power-ups to really explore the map. I mean, they've done it before, so I don't have no real worry about it. But at the same time, this is a pretty big departure from what we typically have. Like, I mean, an elephant, out of all of this stuff. So, yeah. And then we have the Wonder Flower, and they showed up a bunch of different variations of the effects that you could get from the Wonder Flower. It's very much trippy, it's very much on drugs kind of stuff. They showed off like these stampedes, and they showed off like the whole entire level just tilting, and that's pretty interesting. You could free fall in some of the cases, and then a gigantic amount of bubbles will just pop out of nowhere, and it changes perspective to like a top-down view. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. And then it drags you into space, and that's also pretty fun to look at. It definitely looks like they're taking a lot of chances with the Mario property right now. That's pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, and it appears to me that it might have other ones that obviously they didn't really like show off, because they still want you to actually, you know, be able to explore and see new things. And at the completion of those wonder levels, you get like when you find one of the wonder flowers, at the end of that, you get a wonder seed, which you also get from completing the stage, and you use that to buy stuff, like different kinds of things, badges. That's the thing. So you get to get these badges. You get to get these badges, and these badges affect gameplay, allowing you to like double jump and wall ride, and they have all these different effects, and it's like, yo, you can like customize the whole experience to your own liking. Mario could paraglide with his hat. These are like a lot of stuff that they're giving you access to. So that's actually really interesting to see them go this route. And that's the other thing, right? And this is what kind of annoys me slightly about the character, where all the characters are the same. Like, if you were to give each of the characters their different weights and their different you know how Luigi kind of slippery or Peach kind of floaty, if you gave us all of those and then we are able to compound that with the badges, I feel like that could make such a wilder experience. And I wonder if they tested that during development and it just wasn't fun. But I think it might be really fun. I hope somebody mods that in at some point later down the line, because I think that could be some real chaos that you could cause. And yeah, and that's the next thing. All of the badges is active whether or not you is part of the like whichever power up you get. So if you're the elephant, guess what? The badge is still active. So that's a pretty interesting thing. However, you can only equip one badge at a time, which I thought was like, man, if they let you stack badges, that would be insane. You could do like so many insane things. You also have the ability to, like I said, to buy the badges, or you could earn the badges at the end of different badge quests. That was it. And also down to the co-op things now. So this co-op stuff is like you get to pick 1 to 4 people, and it's just this standard Mario co-op kind of stuff. But one of the things that actually really interests me was the live shadow, the live game shadow, the live player shadow, I think they call it, where everybody, like, you could just jump in a lobby online and other people could be running alongside you. And then if you die, you just need to run into one of them to realive yourself, and they could leave like items for you to collect. You could leave emotes around the level. They're able to then put up like stands, so you could see other players and that you could interact with that if you happen to die. And then when you help other people, like realive themselves, when you help them resurrect yourself, when you help them, get items, give them items and stuff, you actually get hearts, and that hearts is then shown over the top of your head, like while you're a player, a live shadow player. And not only that, but you're able to then do that with your friends as well. Like, you're able to create a channel or a room, I believe, and connect it to that, and then your friends can connect to that. And basically, the exact way you play online with strangers, you're able to play with real life people, where you're able to play with your friends. So that is actually a really interesting thing. I know that there was some talk before, they're not gonna have multiplayer and stuff like that, but honestly, I think that's a better thing, because the exact way you're able to interact with people online using the live shadow, you're able to interact with people using the room function. So overall, I feel like this was actually a really good presentation. I am way more hyped now. I didn't really expect there to be like so much extra stuff. So that is actually really cool. That's really interesting to like do that. So there's a lot of other stuff that obviously they're pulling back on. So, there is some amount of stuff that we could see. Oh, right. There was this friends race. So I wonder, they have a race where you get to like race through a level or defeat a boss in kind of like a time challenge, and you get to like play that against your friends. So that is actually really cool, really interesting. I want to see them like expand on that and add new things to do. So maybe there is more things to do, and you just have to unlock it by playing the game. So, all of these things really compounded. I am like really super excited for this. I think this is actually going to be a pretty solid entry in Mario as a whole. And, after the last couple of Mario games, I kind of thought that we were done with 2D Mario, and we were probably just going to get another, what was this game? Super Bowser's Wrath or Bowser's Fury or something. I thought that was the next mainline Mario game. I guess they're saving that to be their launch title, most likely for the next console. But it's definitely pretty awesome. Like, I really think this is gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, and I think you should check it out too. You're probably watching. If you watch to the end of the video, you're probably gonna buy it. So I think you should. I think I'm really excited for it, and it's coming out October 20th. It doesn't seem to be clashing with anything else for the time being, so that's really great. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Super Mario Wonder. So yep, that's it, everybody. That's my thoughts on Super Mario Wonder. Thanks for watching. I do videos like these. I talk about stuff that react like first impressions kind of stuff. Check on the top right hand corner, or top right or top left hand, whichever one of those corners. I do a lot of videos like these, so check it out. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, comment, drop a little flower emoji. Tell me which part of this presentation you thought was the best, what feature you looking forward to in Super Mario Wonder. Thanks for watching. Void Call, and you all have answered.